Everyone, it's your girl Samantha here, your favorite Black single mom, millennial introvert, and I want to do the story really quickly on Nia Long and her really great news that will leave a lot of child-free people / childless people crying in their milk. So let's jump right into it. So apparently according to Y Entertainment or Yahoo.com, Nia Long scores $32,500 a month in child support from her custody settlement. This story just dropped. I originally saw it over on Instagram and knew I was going to have to talk about it because this is the kind of thing that I promote, or I would say I wouldn't say like I promote it, but I would definitely say I condone and support women who are single mothers, especially Black single moms, because we definitely get dragged the most for really no damn reason. We're just living our lives, minding our business. Half the time people don't even know we have kids because we're just out there being great. And for some reason, people keep our names in their mouth. So like you all know, if you've watched my other videos, it's the only main reason I created this channel was just to support single mothers, especially Black single moms, to say, hey, there are some of us out here who are living our best lives. We are winning, and no, we will never regret our children. So let's go ahead and jump into this story. So Nia Long and her ex, Ime Udoka, have settled their custody battle after the famous actress will be getting over $32,000 in monthly child support. According to court documents obtained by The Blast, the former couple will share joint custody of their 12-year-old son, and Long will receive $32,500 in monthly child support. Nia Long and Ime Udoka reach agreement on custody and child support issues. So, of course, you all know that Ime Udoka was caught in like some crazy struggle scandal. I think it was like last year. He cheated on Nia Long. A lot of us didn't even know Nia Long was in a relationship, let alone like some type of engagement for like 1,200 years. And so, yeah, he cheated. And then, of course, Nia Long, I guess, gave him the boot. And we didn't know what was going to go on from there. Like, you really didn't hear much else about it. But apparently Nia Long was behind closed doors, handling her business and staying on business, standing on business, making sure her child was going to be well provided for as well as herself, because for $32,000, I think everybody in the house was going to be eating and living very well. And so the reason why this story is so important, of course, you're going to see my name coming up, which is another sign from the universe. But this story was so important because I see people all over the place trying to drag single mothers, trying to tell us that we made a mistake by having children, or our value is lowered because we had children. And I'm just like, according to who? Because some of y'all are dusty as hell. So just the fact that I'm attaching myself to you, even in marriage, I will be dragging my value down to hell. So if you all watch the other video that I just posted about Rachel Lindsay and her struggle husband, you will see that she is now being asked to pay alimony to him. And that's a lot of something that I'm seeing within the Black community and just with Black women in general. We seem to be paying out of alimony. And if you look at the data, you'll understand why. And it's typically because Black males are making less than their the Black women counterparts. So even though we grew up in the same house, raised the same way, somehow Black males have fallen off the train somewhere and don't have the same values and standards, and they don't know what to do with themselves. So once more, here we are again with two different examples, two very different outcomes. And of course, Rachel Lindsay, her divorce is not finished yet. But if we're not talking about Rachel Lindsay, we could be talking about Wendy Williams, Sherry Shepherd, and the list goes on and on, including Mary J. Blige. But Nia Long, what she did not do was get a ring. She did not get no man's last name attached to her or put on her like Simone Biles. Apparently, Nia Long's partner was not the prize, and he seemed to be a provider because he's paying her child support. So what this really boils down to is it's not about having a ring or a last name or whatever. It's about hashtag dating up, hashtag marrying up, hashtag procreating up. The bottom line is men are providers. Women are to be resting in our femininity. If you have a child with a man, make sure it's a man that has some damn money. Do this, be hypergamous about it, be smart about it, and no, you don't need a marriage to secure the bag. Okay, so let's keep going. So in the settlement negotiated by Long's powerhouse attorney, Samantha Spector, beautiful name, by the way, the actress is giving her ex-boyfriend a break on support given that she is a high-earning actress and businesswoman. The settlement states since Udoka's monthly disposable income is $465,804, and their son resides with her 95% of the time, the payment for child support would be $56,389. Excuse me? $56,389 for monthly child support. That's correct, because Udoka's monthly disposable income is $465,804 monthly. Oh my gosh, I thought that was yearly. Even like annually, I was like, wait, that's a lot of money, but I don't know if it's that much for him paying that much. My bad. That's his monthly income. So, however, the pair was separated in 2022 following revelations of Udoka's involvement with the Boston Celtics staff member, mutually agreed upon a monthly $32,500 monthly payment. Wow. So, look at Nia Long being a sweet pea. She just being so sweet. So he actually could be paying like almost double that. And this is a what, quote, baby mama? Okay. Anyways, regarding the timeshare, Udoka, as the head coach for the Houston Rockets, has extensive travel commitments during the season and potential postseason playoffs. For the current 2023 to 2024 season, the parents agreed that for child support calculations, Udoka has less than a 5% timeshare with their son, while Nia has approximately 95% timeshare with the 12-year-old in Los Angeles, California. In the agreement, Udoka is entitled to reasonable visitation, taking into account the kid's schedule and concerns, but not interfering with his time with Udoka. The parties will collaborate to facilitate the NBA coach's visitation. Udoka will provide Long with written notice and a plan for the anticipated visit via email at least 10 days beforehand. I wonder if the one woman that he cheated with was worth it. But anyway, let me continue. According to the agreement, Udoka will maintain her son's health and dental insurance, and he and Long will make decisions regarding the young lad's health, education, and welfare collaboratively. In cases of disagreement, Nia holds the authority to make decisions for him with advance notice to her former partner, except for routine and emergency medical matters. Nia Long and Udoka battled over child custody. As we reported, several months ago, Nia Long filed legal documents seeking sole physical and legal custody of her son with visitation rights for Udoka. In the documents, Long requested that her former flame cover all attorney fees related to the case. So Nia is playing hardball, and I'm not mad at it. You do not get to play away and then expect me to not take your ass all the way to the bank. Let's continue. The move promptly marked the initial stage of a custody battle that could have involved discussions about child support. In fact, Udoka responded to her filing by issuing one of his seeking joint custody of their baby boy. The NBA coach requested shared physical and legal custody. See, he tried it, but how are you going to have shared custody when you just aren't able to really be a parent to the child? And that's what his ass gets, because we know damn well the mothers usually take on the brunt of the work of the parenting and the bulk of the work. And so now that he's having to come out of pocket, suddenly these black males think they're smarter than somebody, and they're trying to run to the courthouse and act like I suddenly give a shit about my kid enough to want to ask for joint custody of my child when I really haven't seen my child like the entire year. And it's obvious in that fact that you had time to go cheat on his mother. So how much time did you really spend? Who was with the child while you were having sexual relations outside of the relationship that you'd already committed to? Let's continue. So they said that he was wanting, the NBA coach was wanting the physical and legal custody. And this is giving me the Uno reverse story all over again. This is what it's coming back to. But let me try to finish this article. Including the equal authority in essential decisions such as medical treatment, schooling, and religion. Udoka also indicated his willingness for quote-unquote visitation in the legal filing, suggesting a preference for the child to reside with Long for school-related reasons, with visitation during off days or summer breaks. Udoka's breakup with the Boys in the Hood actress garnered widespread attention due to accusations of infidelity. As already mentioned, the former basketball player faced termination from the Celtics after engaging in an intimate and consensual relationship with a female member of the Celtics staff. In response, he issued a statement expressing remorse and accepting the team's decision while declaring, out of respect for everyone involved, I will have no further comment. Long subsequently shared the emotional toll on her son endured in the wake of the split, revealing that he continues to struggle with the situation. She expressed heartbreak over witnessing her son's distress, highlighting a particularly challenging moment when the subject's organization made a very private situation public, prompting her to withdraw him from school on that day. The If These Walls Could Talk to star added, no one from the subject's organization has even called to see if I'm okay, to see if my children are okay. It's very disappointing. And Nia Long, as we know, is a whole damn pick-me, regardless of the fact that, she didn't get married to this man for whatever reason. She's still a pick-me because you're sitting here blaming the Celtics organization. They owe you nothing. The person that gave you a commitment and a vow to be committed to you and had this child with you was Ime Udoka. So instead of her blaming the person, the culprit, the person who actually committed the real, issue here, the real problem, I was going to say crime, but that's neither here nor there. But the person that really was the real perpetrator here and the real problem in the whole situation is Udoka, her boyfriend or her /fiance, or whatever the hell he was to her baby daddy. And instead of her addressing him publicly, she's talking about the Celtics team. They don't owe you anything. Your husband was an employee. They owe you nothing. Why would they call? To me, that's highly inappropriate. It's not even professional. What am I calling you for? Are you now part of, you're not part of the company. Do you work for us too? Like, make it make sense. So anyways, one, that's the first issue I see is she's blaming him, blaming the company, the organization for issuing a public statement. They're going to have to do that because they have to explain why they're letting this guy go. I mean, they might have even felt like they had to get ahead of the story because the details are going to come out regardless. And then also she's talking, even if they wanted to talk about it, they can talk about it. They can do whatever they want to. They don't owe you anything. They're not in a relationship with you. And then she was also talking about her son, feeling sad or whatever of what is going on. And of course, again, she did not once blame her cheating ass boyfriend /fiance. So it's like, you need to hold blame where it's due and stop giving credit to these bandits and these busters that ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. He put his peen somewhere that it shouldn't have been. He did not think about his family when he did it. And now he needs to be held accountable, which Black, feminine, female, pick-me mammies do not want to do. They want to blame everybody else under the sun except the person who's guilty, who actually committed the real issue here, the atrocity, whatever the hell you want to call it. Then you have to remember also that Nia Long sat down with Jeezy after his felonious, craziest ways that he's doing, sitting here with Jeannie Mai. And it's like 1 minute you want to uphold this woman of no color and act like she's better than Black women. You tripped over yourself, broke your neck, and making the fourth baby mama a wife to act like she had more value. And then you turned around two years later and made her a baby mama too. Make it make sense. Then you got Nia Long, who's already going through her own infidelity issues with her significant other or ex thereof. And she's sitting here with Jeezy giving him cover. Like, does he really deserve that? That's how you know she's a Black male worshiper, because there ain't no way I'd be sitting. One, I'm not sitting down with Jeezy because Jeezy's already denigrated Black women, already shown his disdain for Black women by the way he's treated the Black women in his life. And then secondly, he probably cheated on Jeannie Mai, but we don't care about that because ain't nobody worrying about Jeannie Mai because she don't like Black women either. But his ass did something wrong. Like, I cannot provide cover for you when you're another Black man just creating chaos and mayhem in your life, and then you want to run over to Black women to protect you. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to vomit everywhere because I'm so sick of watching Black women break their neck fighting for grown ass men. Let him clean up his own mess. Let him get a PR team and fix his mess. Nia Long is no journalist. I don't know where the hell she came from. She came out the damn woodworks, and it's like, what kind of this BS is this? I did not waste my time watching that clusterfuck of an interview because I already knew it was going to be a whole damn joke. So let me finish up. So I want you to all to tell me what you think about this situation. So on one hand, I'm very proud of Nia Long for at least having the wherewithal and the good sense to marry or whatever she was doing with this guy, dating this guy and having a baby with him, but making sure he made more money than her. Okay, don't get entangled. Don't waste your time getting with a man that makes less than you. Like, if men don't have money, oh my gosh, this just reminded me of Themis' episode the other day when he was talking about the guy that, I don't know if it was a skit. I really don't care. I'm so sick of these skits. It's just ignorant at this point. And they always seem to make Black women look bad because of how they're reviewed or whatever. But if a guy is not where he needs to be financially in his life as a whole grown ass man, you do not need to be dating. I stand by that all day long. If I don't have my life together, I'm not even thinking about no dating, and I'm a woman. So if I can have those standards, men definitely need to be having those standards. So while you're on a date and then talking about you don't have the money to pay for that date, and next thing you know, now you're in the back washing dishes. I don't know. And then you got Tanya TKO being weird, like she tends to be. And she's sitting here criticizing the woman that filmed the situation when really the real problem was his man is dusty as hell and he's out on a date with no damn money. Then he gonna act like, oh, I had to call a friend. No, she told her own dusty story where she had the same thing happen to her. And apparently the guy called some random see-through, invisible, fake friend out of nowhere that came out. He came his own way out the woodworks from somewhere out of Neverland. I don't know where she said he came from, but he gonna drive all the way over to them to give the dude some money because this is before we had Cash App and Venmo, and gave him money so he could pay for his date with Tonya TKO. That was her story. Let her tell it. So I'm like, okay, where they do that at? Don't nobody do that mess. And I'm sorry. Like, I feel like if you leave the house, you know you're going on a date, you might want to check your pockets and make sure you have your wallet. Is that so much to ask? It's one thing if you go out the house and you have everything and you get mugged or something happened to you on the way to your date. But to me, honestly, if that happens, the date might need to be canceled. You have a whole like freaking traumatic situation happening and you're trying to still trip over yourself running over to some date. Like, no, get your priorities together, honey. Like, go to the hospital, file a police report, get your life together first. Don't be so pressed to be dating. Everybody be out here, I got date. No, you need to go sit down somewhere, get your life in order, and then you can go date. Dating should always be like the last thing on anybody's mind when your life is a complete chaotic cluster mess. Stop the shenanigans. Stop the madness. Stop dating if you're not ready, if you don't have time or money to commit to whatever the hell you think you're trying to do. So I will give it to Nia Long, and I just wanted to say this to all the child-free / childless people. Y'all gonna keep our names out your mouth. Black single mom, baby mom, whatever the hell you want to call us. You gonna keep our name out your mouth because you keep coming for us and we gonna come for you. Because the bottom line is we're over here minding our business. We way too damn busy to be thinking about you not having no kids because we actually have kids and their work. And you know their work. That's why you decide your ass don't want to have them. So why you running around talking about us is keep our names out your mouth. If you don't want me to keep your name in my mouth, keep my name out your mouth. And when you call for me, you damn sure know I'm going to come. And don't be getting mad when I do. Don't be trying to hide. Don't be throwing no rocks and then trying to say, what you talking about? No. Throwing the rocks or hide the hand. I'm going to look around you. I can see where the hand was that threw that rock. And I'm going to call it like it is because that's what I do. This is 2024. The veil has been lifted, y'all. This is the time of the truth being revealed. Ain't nobody hiding shit from nobody, and ain't nobody keeping their mouth closed. Just like my boy Cat Williams. Shout out to Cat Williams. I absolutely love him. He kept it a complete 100. I cannot wait to do my reaction video of his interview that he had with Shannon Sharp, because I already started that. But I will try to post that. Maybe I'll get it done today if I can get the editing done. But I saw this story and I had to be all over like white on rice because Nia Long and Ime Udoka, they definitely did this behind the scenes. Nobody knew what was going on. And that's the way you should do it. Keep everybody at the group chat because I don't know why we need to be in it. But when I do see this information that does come out, because once you do things like this in the court system, things do become public, like court, like child support, divorce, marriage, etc., etc. Stuff is going to come public. So that's when you have, you know, the right to be looking at something and be like, okay, this is what happened with their situation, and then updating people accordingly if you so feel the need. But the point is, it's not about you having children, choosing to have kids, and deciding you don't feel like getting married because marriage is some trash nowadays. And if you decide, like, I just don't want to be bothered with it because people don't know how to do it right, and I just want to have my kids, make sure you at least pick a man that can afford to have some kids and a wife. A lot of these women out here running around getting married, and the men can't even afford to have a wife, let alone some children. So what are you getting married for? And then you're telling women to go get married. So what? They can lose some of their assets to these dusty ass husbands. I'll pass. And y'all on Ashanti right now, for instance. And you know damn good and well Nelly and her are not about to be anywhere near faithful to one another. Because isn't that why they broke up to begin with 10 years ago? And people are like, oh, well, she's circling back. I'd rather have a child with somebody I've known for 10 years than like some other dusty bandits that's going to also cheat on me and ain't got no damn money. So y'all don't get me started. The bottom line is stay out of people's business. If nobody put you in the group chat, you ain't allowed to put yourself in it. You're not allowed to put yourself in it. But if you call in for people and you putting somebody's name in your mouth, don't come for me if I didn't come for you. Don't call for me if you don't want me to show up. When you put my name in your mouth and you talk this craziness and you try to create your fake outrage movements and act like, oh, everybody's asking me. Ain't nobody asking you shit. Ain't nobody asking you shit about your dusty womb and not having no kid. Ain't nobody asking you a goddamn thing. The bottom line is you're mad. You're mad because you can't have children for whatever reason. And I'm so sick of people with their hateful asses running around feeling like I'm going to be mean to people because I can't do whatever I want to do. No, you need to just hold your L. Maybe go repent. Go talk to God and ask God why you can't have no kids. Because it is nobody else's fault but your own. Nobody wants to be held accountable for their own BS. Just go sit down somewhere in an empty room and think and reflect on your life and wonder why your karma is all messed up where you can't have things the way you want to have it. Running around the internet, all it's going to do is bring more karma to you because whatever you put out, you get it back. And running around the internet, talking about people who are minding their business, doing one of the hardest jobs in the world and doing a damn good job of it, might I add. You're going to be dealing with us because now we're going to come for you because ain't nobody going to be getting attacked forever and just sitting there silent, acting like we don't hear you. Because I've sat here for like at least years. That's how long this fake ass child free movement has been going on. I've been sitting around for years watching this mess happen on Twitter and just trying to turn a blind eye like, oh my gosh, I don't got time for this. I don't know what these people are doing, what they talking about because nobody care. I don't see nobody anywhere thinking about no child free, nobody. Because everybody I know has kids. Everybody knows too busy raising them kids. Everybody knows dealing with their own shit. They relationships, racism, kids, bosses, you name it. We got our own stuff going on. You think people sitting around wondering like, I wonder why people aren't having children. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Trust me, there's enough people around having kids that's going to replace you for not having them. Okay, so don't nobody care. And then you trying to pretend like, oh, we're going to overpopulate the earth. We're going to go over that over and over again because that's a damn lie. How are you going to overpopulate the earth when at some point everybody dies? Everybody dies. So that's the point of having children. Literally, that's like the most basic reason is to replace yourself on this planet so this world won't completely just disappear. Because that's what's going to happen. It's going to completely disappear because everybody is just sitting there saying, oh, we don't need to be having no more kids. So the whole human race is just going to disappear. It probably has happened before because people weren't having enough kids. And now we're here where we are. Because I'm telling you right now, there's animals on this planet that's been here a hell of a lot longer than us. So maybe we had the bright idea a billion, bajillion years ago to be like, oh, we don't really need kids. And then we disappeared. And now we're back and we're making the same dumbass decision. We don't learn from history, apparently. But anyways, so let me know what y'all think about this. I'm very proud of Nia Long, even though she is a black male identifier and a black male worshiper. And she's probably going to end up in some more shenanigans because I know she's going to probably give it another black male and have some more drama because she's not going to learn her lesson in that regard. I'm happy that at least she had the wherewithal to like have some high maintenance and some value for herself to go get a man that makes way more than she does. So that when things do hit the fan, or at least if he's making exactly the same amount, I don't know, but have something. What you're not going to be doing is being dusty and I'm just attaching myself with you or to you just because I'm worried about what people think. I don't care. I literally need to care to go do the stupid shit that people make people do nowadays because they're so worried about keeping up with the Joneses, what people are worrying about, what people are going to say, what's the church going to say, what's the church people going to say, what's this person going to say, what's the neighbors going to say, what's this? No one cares. No one cares. Is a child fed? Yes. Is a child in school? Yes. Is a child in private school? Yes. Is her child going to be good for life? Yes. So why are you concerned with what we're doing? Why do you care that she's married and not married? Like their child's probably living better than the people that's married. Make this shit make sense. Anyways, let me get out of here. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.